Welcome to another episode of the True Beast Podcast, brought to you by xdog.com, where you can find the world's greatest fitness and health enhancement harness for dogs, the X-Dog Fitness Vest. Be sure to check out xdog.com. And today we are on our road to nationals. I'm very excited because we have a special guest. Of course, I always got Trevor in the house, right? What's up, dog?
What's going on, man?
And why don't dude, this guy is on your nuts. So, why don't you introduce this guy?
Oh, look, man, listen.
This motherfucker, all right, ready? Just everybody sit down.
Listen, let me explain. This is Fred motherfucking Duran. You understand? And this thing, Stan goes, bro, I would have never even found Fred. And get this, David said, like, where'd he come from? Like, I didn't know he'd been in it. Like, Fred's been in it for a long time. So it's all noise, but Fred's a quiet guy. But the where I did my research, guy's got mad views on YouTube. He's got some history that he's made back in the day, and everything he said resonated with me as a person about the breed and where it was going, that he sticks to the plan and the consistency. I was excited to see Dooley myself. So, he's one of those people I believe in.
And not just that, you can tell when someone speaks if they speak the language.
Yeah.
If they're, you can tell when someone's educated and when somebody's not.
And our first conversation was 3 hours, like most of the dog people, but but this is a guy like, you should pull up. I'm like, I'll let me check real quick.
Yeah. So, Fred, man, welcome.
Hopefully
you felt warm welcome right there. I swear this guy is on your nuts all day. So every 3 seconds, Fred, and
he's
Fred,
fucking
and Dooley,
man.
and Fred, and Dooley, and Fred, and Dooley, and Dooley. Okay, I get it, man.
Look, his motherfucker ain't seen the dog yet.
Hey, Dooley. It comes out my mouth too, same way.
All right, so let's go back and start from the beginning, right? Like, what got you into bullies? I know it's a fucking question that you probably you hear a lot, that just kind of get thrown out there, but we want to get the essence, the exclusive, real shit. What got you into it?
Before I got into like showing, I was into the dogs, and I was into more of like the training aspect and more like obedience and things like that, and socialization and things like that. And then a buddy of mine, he said, if you could train the dog to do that, you can train him to show. Yeah. And he was showing dogs already. So he took me to a show. He dragged me out. Ponch, shout out Ponch Olivas, a good brother of mine. I just stopped at his house today. I stopped at the shop today on the way out here in Odessa. And he dragged me to a show. And I seen this show. And it was actually, I think it was out here in Dallas where the show was. And I was just asking questions like, well, where'd the judge come from? He's from where? And he was from somewhere else. And they said, well, if he comes out, then they're going to put him up, and they're going to pay him, and they're going to take him out, and then they're going to send him home with money in his pocket. And I'm like, how you get that job?
Yeah.
Like, how you get that job? You know what I mean? But that's really what it was. I fell in love with the show scene, and it took off from there. Yeah. That's really what started it. Ponch and the Bass and Bully crew, my buddy Johnny Joyce, a good brother of mine too, man. They pushed me, and that was it. They gave me a little taste, and I can't get enough. Can't get enough.
That taste.
Yeah.
I mean,
you ever keep going? I keep going. Well, y'all think of another one.
So I mean, clearly you did your research. You went into the breed type, understanding the breed, and I mean, the second part I think of this question is, why the bullies? You've got Miles, Shepherds, Borbles, Mastiffs. Why bullies specifically?
I think it was more. Nobody had it in the headlock at the time, and it was just a wide open thing, and everybody was kind of doing their own thing, and it was kind of, I seen it as an art form that you kind of express yourself with, and that excited me, and there's no real end to it, so that's what excites me, you know what I'm saying?
See, another visionary. You can tell the visionaries from the people who are like in it for the money. You know what I mean? Like a visionary, you produce a badass product, the byproduct is money, right? Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Most people don't. They do it backwards.
Yeah, people come and they're like, money, and I'm like, well, if you ain't got the dog, you ain't gonna make no money. How you gonna sell it? You better be a damn good salesman.
But then you selling shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, it only lasts so long. You can sell bullshit, but it starts to stink every once in a while. You know what I mean? It's gonna start to stink, and it only lasts so long when we're in it for money. And I've seen the waves come and go, man. We've been around a long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Watching the trends, watching everybody come and go, the wave, and then the wave crash, and then here come another one. You know what I mean? And they all crash.
Yeah. Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think they all crash?
I mean, because it's because of that. It's like the investment, and then I guess from my experience, this is my experience, from what I've seen with the dogs, and people come in and they buy a $5,000 dog, buy another $5,000 dog, they put them together, and they expect to make a bunch of $5,000-$10,000 puppies, right? And what happens is the market, they don't have they don't have clientele.
Yeah.
They don't have a resume. They're like, why am I going to pay $5,000 for a dog? You ain't never done it. It's your first breeding. How do you know them dogs are going to turn out? Woo.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, like, I think they do that first breeding. They end up thinking they're going to make 75 to 100 grand on 10 puppies.
Yeah.
And then they end up selling them for 15 to 25 because they got to get them out the door.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then they don't recover because they promised their wife, they promised their auntie, they promised their landlord that they were going to come up with all this money after after breeding this litter.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen, so they end up falling off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I got out of it, I was like, man, like I'm just not financially in a position. I got, I hit some hard times. So I was like, I'm not financially in a position to even breed and shit. And so I was like, I needed to find a different lane. But I found my lane, and I I watched. I didn't have to like put breedings together. The cycle was already happening. Like, so you got some people who, for example, what you're talking about, they put two dogs together and try to breed and make money. Where you got once in a blue moon, you'll find someone like me who goes, I've been watching it. I've been doing this since 2003, 2004. I watched the evolution all the way up to this day. Been a super fan of all a lot of these dogs, and that's how I'm able to get so many top quality dogs that are fighting for the abkc national championships, representing the brand. You know what I'm saying? And so I was grateful to find my lane there. So when did it finally hit you where you're like, damn, this is where I'm going all in on this? Like, what was the dog that you produced that was like the all-in factor?
This is it. Dooley's it.
Yeah.
I literally talked to a couple people about this too. They're like, can you send me pictures of the dogs you have and what breedings do you have coming up? And I'm like, man, I hate to disappoint you, but I got Dooley.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I got Dooley. I'm all in. You know, I'm all in. I want to be able to travel with him and showcase him across the country. Yeah. Maybe into different countries if we can, go international with him, do whatever, just push him and move him. And I can't really do that with 4 or 5 dogs in my house. Yeah. Granted, I could. I got three boys from 10 to 13 years old, and a wife at home too that's really super supportive, man. I'm grateful for her. God has blessed me with an awesome wife that puts up with my craziness, bro, because it's crazy. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm trying to manage that. I'm trying to manage that here so that they can come with me and enjoy this trip too. So they can enjoy the road with Dooley. They can travel with me, and then when I'm gone, if I'm away, then I don't leave them my work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's. I don't need a bunch of dogs anymore. I've had a bunch of dogs before. I've had 8, 9, 11 dogs in my yard before. I did it and I loved it, but I did it because I had to get to where I was. You know, and that's going back to kind of what you said was like, where'd this guy come from? He's been around a long time. Nobody heard him. It was because I sat out for like 3 generations. Yeah. I said if I'm gonna
3 generations is some time, people.
If I'm gonna spend weekends away from my family. Yeah. If I'm gonna spend time and money and things like that, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this like with the right dog. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it and force it, so.
I hate that shit, man. I hate seeing a shitty dog that's like being hyped up and it ain't shit. I don't like that shit.
The forcing thing you talk about too, though, is Fred wants his dogs to enjoy the process as well. So I know we talked before, just off camera, even that you didn't want to have to make your dog show. You want a dog who enjoys taking every step and everything.
Yeah, I want a dog that enjoys being on my leash, man. Like that enjoys being on my side and wants to be there. You know what I mean? Because even like Grand Champion Saki was. When he came to me in California, he was like 3.5, like 4 years old, from Ponch. I got him from Ponch. And I'd known Saki since he was a pup. Yeah. But it was gifted to me by Ponch. And Saki, I would show him, and I stopped showing him when he stopped enjoying it. Yeah. And I could literally, no, bro. I could literally, I could show him, and he would win. And I could let him off the lead, and he could run across the park, and he'll go in his bed and just I don't want to be here. Yeah. And I let it go. I just stopped with him. Straight up just stopped. Like, I'm not going to do that with him. I'm going to do that to him. He's like 5, 6 years old. Yeah. I don't need to just push him anymore. Let him be a dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's dope. Yeah. I tried to, man, because I had a Saki son, Champion Chief, and Big Chief was with me through, some rough stuff. And I lost him suddenly and unexpectedly. And I had like 5, 6 dogs in my yard at the time. Yeah. And because I lost him unexpectedly like that, man, it hit me, and it hit me hard. Yeah. It hit me so hard, man, that I kind of just moved all the dogs. Like, I just wanted to spend time with him because I felt like, man, I should have spent more time with Chief. I should have spent more one-on-one time here, spent more one-on-one time here. And I just wasn't able to do that because I had so much going on. And, he's got whiskey? Is that whiskey? My man, thank you. But yeah, I wanted that one-on-one, and I was like, man, like that's it, like that's all I got, you know. And so that really kicked off that, like, I want that intimacy, you know what I mean? And I can't get that. I can't give my dog the highest quality of life if you got to share my yard with 10 of them. And that's not knocking anybody that's got 5, 6, 7, 8 dogs. That's not. It's just my style where I prefer based on my experiences. Yeah. You know, and if I had to rebuild and keep 5, 6 dogs and stay at home for another 5 years and do that, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? But right now, that's not in the cards.
Yeah, you can always expand, right?
Exactly.
It's always hard. It's harder to reduce than it is to expand.
It's been a long 3 days.
I get you, man. Hey, so let's talk about Dooley. How did he come about? How did you get him in your hands? What was the vision? Did he come out? Did he exceed your vision?
Man, it's crazy that you ask, because his dad, Dooley's dad, is a dog that I produced in-house, and he's only been bred one time.
Really?
And I waited till he was about 5 years old, and I had the right girl for him. Yeah. So I had this boy, I bred this litter, and I have him and his brother at my cousin's house with my uncle. Yeah. And I had him sitting, and he was just like one of the most complete dogs that I had, and I was just looking for the right female. I was trying to look for the right female.
Complimented.
I did. I had some guys from Fireblood Bully, shout out to Manny and Curtis. They came to me with a nice female to breed to Saki. And I said, you know what, keep the money, bro. I need that pup. I need that pup back. You know what I mean? The money aside, like, this is about dogs. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get me a dog. I need the female. So I went, I picked out a female, and those guys ended up there was a big, huge litter, and he was like, dude, take a male too. You know, they're super cool folks. So I ended up taking that female and that male, and the female grew up, and I was like, man, this one's gonna do it. This girl's gonna do it. Yeah. I just had a feeling like this girl's gonna do it. Now, what should I do with her because she's capable? I just see she had everything going for her. So I was like, man, her name's Moogie. And I took Moogie, and I thought, man, I could take her back to her dad, Grand Champion Saki, and I could double down and have me a monster. You know what I mean? That would be a good opportunity, I think. But I told my wife, I remember specifically telling my wife, I said, you know what? It'll just mean a little bit more if we produce both of these dogs and it hit, you know? Yeah. And I told my wife too, it's funny that you asked, like, what did he exceed it? The way this happened, man, was crazy. I told her, I don't even care. I'm gonna campaign a male, and I want a male from this litter. I'm gonna do this for the next Grand Champion. This is the most complete bitch I've had. This is the most complete male that I've had in a long time, and I think it's gonna happen. So I hope I have like 10 boys. I don't even need no girls. Yeah. Give me 10 boys. She gave me 6 boys. I ain't had no females in the litter.
Damn.
So I was like, yes, you know. So when that happened, man, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, you know? Like, so like, for real, like, like for real, it's crazy. And he just stuck out like a sore thumb. My wife actually, when he was like 2 weeks old, he hadn't even opened his eyes yet and walked around. My wife was like holding him. I remember she was sitting in our bed and reading, and she was holding him. And I walked in the room. She was like, Fred, I think this is the one you're gonna pick. I think this is the guy. Yeah. And I said, babe, you gotta let him walk around. They gotta walk. They gotta move. I gotta see the dog move. You know what I mean? And I had to see the dog move, and he ain't even opened his eyes yet. She goes, I know, but he got everything. They all got everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. 10 toes and 10 toes and a tail. But as he got a little older, I started to see the difference. You know what I mean? And in dogs that I've had before, I've seen a lot of things that I've seen in my other dogs, but it was like all the good stuff. Yeah. Like all the good stuff, and all the bad stuff was just like not there, you know? Yeah. And then usually that's how I pick puppies for my litter, is like, okay, that I didn't want. Because I don't breed in, I breed out. Yeah, yeah. Like I'm breeding out the stuff, because everything comes with flaws, right? So I'm thinking, okay, you are not the one, you gotta go. You're not the one, and then it kind of like narrows it. That's how I pick it, and narrowed it down, you know? But he made it really easy. Yeah. And as far as like my expectations, the dog is far exceeded anything that I could ever imagine. He's really, I know it sounds kind of cliche and like that, the word like ideal and like perfect and like things like that, but I mean, like I couldn't have drew him any better, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't have imagined him any better. Like this is what I wanted. I wanted that from his mama, that from his daddy, that from his grandpa, that from his grandma, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't have pieced them together better, you know? Damn. So yeah, he's something, man. He's super special to me.
That's like masters of the universe when you think about it. Cause like when you master your universe around you, where you start visioning and just shit just ends up happening, you can't explain it.
I can't.
Right? Like you can't fucking explain it.
The only thing I can say is like I'm highly favored. We are favored because I could do the same thing, and I've said this a bunch of times. I said this to you too. I could say the same thing, or I could do the same thing 10 times with the same dogs and not yield the same result. Yeah. So it keeps me humble, bro. It keeps me humble because I know, you know what I mean? I can do the same. It's not me. It's not me. The genetics did it, and I'm fortunate to be here. You know, I'm fortunate to be in this spot. I'm fortunate to have the dog that I do, and we're just gonna go for it.
So tell them the light story about how you got to a place where you checked Dooley out and realized like I might be onto something with this fucking thing. And don't miss a part of it.
Oh man, okay. So I had people like in my inbox and friends, people that know dogs. You know what I mean? That know dogs and that are all over the country, seeing these dogs all over, and they never seen my dog in person, but they're like, dude, your dog is gonna be able to get out there and take them. And at the time, my dog was only like 15 months, 14 months. The last time I was at Nationals, it was 2012 in the same building. Right here, right?
Okay.
And we were with Chief and Saki, and Chief won his age group, but he lost, and the judge, I remember, told me, he's just young, young. You know, he lost to a 3-year-old. Yeah. And he could have took the best XL male that day, but he was like, he's just a little young. He needs a little more time. And the dog was only like 15 months. Yeah. I never wanted to be told that again, like I lost because he's too young. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not going to take Dooley out at 15 months. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. But I went to go take Dooley to do a breeding last December with some good friends of mine and family. They're my family, man. The BSK family. Blue Salt and Kennel. Shout out Fabiana and Vanessa and Jerry and Carlos and all the family out there.
Good people, man.
No, they're great people, man. I love them. So they invited me out. They said, come out for a few days and we'll do the breeding. Yeah. I said, all right, let's do it. I took off like Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. It's a 12-hour drive from my place to theirs. Yeah. So 12 hours, right? And I get there like at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Yeah. We just threw the dogs in the kennel. We just threw the dogs in the kennel, cracked beers, bro. Like, we were ready, you know what I mean? And so we were drinking, having a good old time, man. We drank all night, had a good time breeding the dogs. Got up the next morning. The sun was coming up. We're still having a good time, you know? The sun was coming up. We're still having a good time. And I'm like, bro, I got to go to bed. Yeah. It's like 7:30, bro. Like, shit, I drove all day. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I got to go at least till the sun come up and I'll come back out. Yeah. Knocked out for like 2 hours. And then these guys got me up and they took me out into the hills. With the dog too, everybody. We caravanned up into the hills, shot guns, rode quads. Like, we were doing it, you know, partying. And even the next day we had like a home run derby in their backyard. Had the dogs running around. We had a blast, man. And we were drinking all day, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was a party, it's like a festival, bro. It was so much fun, dude. Those people, I'm telling you, they're crazy. They're for real. It's all love. It's all love in Las Cruces. Las Cruces is love, bro. So we're having a good time. It's Friday night. And I knew that there was a show in Mesa, Arizona the next day. And Mesa, Arizona is like almost dead center between Oxnard and Las Cruces. Okay. And so I was like, man, I'll do it. And they were like encouraging me. We're drinking, and they're like blowing me up, hyping me up, you know, like, do that, bro. Like, let's go, take them, you know, take them. And then so here I am at 1 a.m. with a beer in my hand, and I'm in the bathtub with the dog, like washing the dog the night before, you know. I'm like, dude, I guess I'm leaving in a few hours to go show them, you know. Yeah. So I did. I got up like 5, 6 in the morning, and we peeled out to Mesa. And we went to Mesa, and he took a best in show, and then he won like best of winners. He won best of winners in one show, and then he took a best in show in the other one. The dog who beat him in best of winners is a nice dog, Champion Sherman, real nice dog. And he ended up winning best in show that day too. So I wasn't even upset. Like, he's nice, badass dog. So that was the jump. I said, man, if we can do this like after partying all week, you know what I mean? After partying all week, traveling and breeding all week, like,
imagine if you actually put your mind to it.
Yeah, man, we might have something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to be honest with you, man, like I didn't expect that. Yeah. Like I didn't expect that. I expected him to go out and do his thing and kind of get warmed up, like, you know, it was his first experience in a show ring, you know.
Fuck yeah.
So to have like a best in show and with the dog that I produced, and I put so much, it like hit me, bro. Like after I took pictures in the show ring with them and the judge, and I was just like, it hit me hard. I walked over into a corner and I called my wife and I said, babe, we did it. And she's like, are you crying? And I'm like, yes. Yes. I can't fucking believe this is happening. This is fucking crazy. Yeah. And I'm an emotional dude. I ain't scared to show it. You know what I mean? I've come a long way. I'm happy to be here, man. I shouldn't be sitting here right now. You know what I mean? But God has a plan for me, so we're here. Yeah. And like that, man. That's how it started. And after that, I was like, okay, if we got something, we got something. So I sat back and I was like, I've been a fan of David's dog for a while. Right? Yeah. I've been watching Blue for a long time. I love the dog. And they do an excellent job with them, man. Shout out to Dave and Kira. That team is just great. Yeah. That team is just great. And I'm seeing them. Last year at this time, I was like, dang, I want to go right there. Yeah. Like, I want to be right there. I want a gold trophy. Like, shit, you know, like, those are dope. I want to do that too. So last year this time, man, that was still dreams.
Yeah.
It was still a dream. And so watching him after that win in Mesa, I went and did a little, okay, when's the next big one then?
Yeah.
And I said, well, if the dog's got it, he's got it, but he's gonna have to prove it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, is the blue gonna be there? Yeah, at March Bully Madness?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get it.
Yeah.
You know, let's get it, and we'll see what he really got. Because I'm not gonna bullshit myself, and I'm not gonna cherry pick.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We're out here to be the best, and if he ain't got it, well, I don't have no problem going home, packing up, and going back to the board. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I have no problem. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And I'll do it 5 more times because I love it.
Yeah.
Because I love it. And that's how that went, man. That's how that went. And
How'd the show go?
whew, that day was so crazy, bro. It was a weekend show. It was a weekend show. So we went into that show, Bully March Madness, with 90 points and 2 majors.
Yeah.
And I got confirmation email from abkc the day, like the week before.
Yeah.
And so I went in and I knew that there was going to be 7 shows at that one event. And going in, I was like, in the first 2 shows, he could 60 points in a major. And then we got 5 left, and you need 5 champion wins the grand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's possible, but you know, that's like in the Grand Slam in the World Series twice in a row. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really do that, you know. But we went and we did that. Like, he did that, man. And again, I cried. We got pictures. I was like, dang, dude, this is crazy. This is crazy, like a dream come true, man. Like,
You remember the crying Jordan? We should do a crying Fred meme.
yeah, dude, you need to. With a big old smile and tears, bro. I'm telling you, man. It was
Anybody bitching like on Facebook, we'll just give him the fucking crying Fred meme.
Yep. But, hey, but he got to be happy.
Yeah.
Because it's seriously, man. Like the journey. 3-4 years ago, Stan, I didn't know if I was gonna walk.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time. My health was killing me. My kid was diagnosed with leukemia.
Damn.
It was I went through some shit.
Massive adversity.
So to be here today, man, like I'm telling you.
But that's just a life test, you know. Like it forged you to who you are today. You know what I mean? And now
I'm grateful for the trial.
There's a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
That challenge. A lot of people want to skip that shit, man. But that's so important. Like, dude, I ate fucking shit sandwiches for over a decade. You know.
Yeah.
You have to go through it. There's not an option if you want to be creme de la creme at the top, man. You know.
You got to be a little crazy.
Exactly.
And you really got to love it. Like you really got to love it.
Obsessed. You got to be obsessed.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I know when I sleep at night, I can't stop thinking about the brand, and when I wake up, I start thinking about the brand. Like it's just, I'm obsessed. You know what I mean?
It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Huh?
Yeah.
But your mind don't fucking rest.
Because it's a hard time balancing because you have different relationships around the house that you got to try to include and stuff like that. And so just again, you got to find good mentors. It sounds like you had great mentors to help you, or good friends to help you, partners to help you through this, and relationships and
some of the best, man.
But they believed in you. You have to understand. Like for example, again, everything's value exchange. We talked about this all day, value exchange, right? And so like they believed in you enough that they invested into you, right? And shit, dude, look, you did it. And so you brought value back to them. You get what I mean? And that's just how it works, so.
It's crazy. It's crazy to like be able to look back, like, you know what I mean? To like just step back and look at a big picture and like how it's gone from the beginning to like now. And to think that this is like we hear, so we were just trying to get here. Now it started. Like it started. It's not like it's here and it's the pinnacle. Like, no, this is not,
It's
here
like
we
an
are.
avalanche now.
Yeah, I'm
now
not going nowhere. I'm here. Y'all be fucking ready because I ain't going nowhere. You're going to see me smile and cry and laugh and yell and drink whiskey because and for a long fucking time.
So what's the story between you two? How'd you all meet?
I messaged him, man. I told this motherfucker, I said, hey, man, I got a couple questions. Saw you on documentary TV. I said, give me a call, and we talked. And then I was like, yo, we got to go live tomorrow. And he hadn't met me. He hadn't known me no time, but we went live tomorrow. And then
he does this Jedi mind trick on fucking motherfuckers, right?
Hey, dude, all you got to do is say, let's do it. And I'm like, what? You want to talk dog? Let's get it. What?
And then it just kept growing, man. And as he talked about David, I told David about your excitement and just respect for his team.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, it's hard to get off the reins sometimes. And David, after losing, take a couple thirds before he put the dog in Kira's hands, he said the same thing. Like he wanted to be in control of the destiny, right?
Yeah.
So I said, even let me come out and do some video work for you, take a few shots, and help and just talk business like we've done. it's all basically about the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
And we can't do anything alone.
Yeah, no.
we can't. Not all the work.
Not if you want to get to like. You want to evolutionize things.
Yeah.
If you want to evolutionize things, you got to have a good team.
Yeah.
And again, for me, it's I respect men who work, and as I keep repeating to the kennel partners, and we've talked many times, and now over 4 episodes, we kept hearing the same word. He didn't say it yet, but it's patience.
Yeah.
You know, if you know what you're working towards and for, you got to be patient.
Yeah.
And if
Patience.
you respect the dog, the breed, we can't rush that, but you just can't rush it. You got to really.
Reverence.
Yeah, that's his other word.
Reverence.
You really gotta
Yes.
like watch these motherfuckers grow, so you know what to take them to.
Yeah.
What to develop, what they're missing, characteristically, even personality wise. Like,
You know what the biggest problem I see is that people aren't willing to chalk it up. They'll try to, oh no, we'll breed it out, or we'll fix this, or we'll fix. It's better to chalk it up, bro. It's better to chalk it up, straight up. And I've done it. I've done it a bunch of times, and my wife and other friends and partners like, why are you? And I'm like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take 2 steps forward. I ain't trying to go nowhere back. You know,
Yeah.
like I've been there. I'm not trying to do that. I've had a grand champion. I want a better grand champion.
Yeah.
I just want another one. I want a better one. You know what I mean? And I want to know. I got to be honest with myself. Like I want to know, and I have to know, based on facts, that this is a better dog.
Self honesty is a superpower.
Oh,
You know, a lot of people just are in denial.
it's so hard.
It's tough, right?
Well, yeah, dude, I feel like beating myself up all the time, you know, like
Yeah.
after it, you know, I feel like beating myself up a lot of times, but it's part of it, you know what I mean? It's part of it. And it is a difficult thing to look at your investment and go, that's not it.
Yeah.
You know, after putting months and tears and blood and sweat into these dogs, and then to be like, nah, it's not it.
I've
It's
lost
not easy.
tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in wrong product launches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Products that just didn't work, but I was able to wean through it, and now I've got products that are just home runs. You know,
Yeah.
and I know that because numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? That people, the world will tell you. You know what I mean? So. It's just, that's good, man. But I had to be self-honest. You know, you can't, like you said, force something. I could
That's
not
where it
force the product down their throats. I could not force the product. You know what I mean? Like it has to.
And that's why, and that's why I've had a problem kind of like with the marketing. That's why he's awesome on my team, because I just was like, here it is. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If y'all don't, I do it for me anyway. You know what I mean? Like straight up. You know, and it's not about like a me thing. So this is the lights and the camera and the stuff. Like this is new to me. This is hard for me because it's never like been a me thing.
You're killing it. Let me tell you right now. It seems like you're normal on the fucking mic. We love it.
We're talking dogs, man. We're talking dogs.
I fucking told you.
We're talking dogs and having a good time, man. This is my element, you know. But the whole like the lights and the cameras and the things like that is
It's fun though, man.
It is fun. It is.
Fun.
It's fucking great. I'm having a blast. I just came off a 10-hour ride in traffic, and I'm right here smiling. I'm like, oh shit, this is great. I'm having a good ass time. But yeah, this is all new to me, man. And like the Fred Duran thing. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, it's Dooley. It's the American Bully, and we're trying to. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than my program. It's bigger than my yard. It's bigger than my dog. It's about these dogs.
You're the visionary though. It's your vision. I had a tough time with that too.
Yeah.
So right now we're in an era where it's like you can own a company and product, but you also need a personal brand because people buy from people.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
If you tell me something, you're my friend. So if you tell me this is a good product and it's something else,
Yes.
maybe I'm gonna be like, well, Fred says it's good, so I trust him. I'm gonna go get it. You know what I mean? And so that's you need to grasp that and be Fred Duran and your vision, because Dooley's just the start of what you're about to really accomplish. Is you're going to produce a better version of it. You know what I mean? And over and over, and a better version of that, and you're going to go to the fucking moon. You know, so just get ready.
I don't know how, but fuck it. We're gonna try, but we gonna try.
Through your vision. It's through your vision. It's through your vision, man.
Yeah. You're right, man. You're right.
So you've been here before, and we're not gonna keep you too long. It's been a long day, I'm sure, but you've been here before in terms of being at the
We good.
We here now. Look, let's go back real quick. So think about this. This guy is so energetic and loves the dog so much. He only rode with his dog. Think about that. His dog gives him so much energy. He feel like he can do anything with his dog.
Oh yeah.
And that's real love, people. Some people fucking need a whole team, need somebody with him. This dude's happy just being with his dog.
Hey,
man.
the boy loves me, man. The boy looks to me for everything, and it drives me. You know, just like my sons, they look to me for everything, and it drives me.
Can't let him
You know what I
down,
mean?
man.
Yeah, no, I can't. He deserves it. He deserves to be here. He deserves to be showcased. He deserves to be looked at and loved all over the country and all over the world, because I feel like he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Straight up, I feel like he's one of the best in the world. And if he wasn't, then I wouldn't be pushing him like I am.
He's a great representative of the breed. You know,
Thank you.
when you visualize the breed and you think about the breed, went back in like 2003, 2004 when I was in it, you know, like that's what you visualize, you know, like Cairo, but just way fucking.
On the links listed below. Follow us on Spotify.
Sure.
Apple.
Sure.
Where else? Google.
Wherever else you guys listen us at.
Yeah, wherever we're listed at, and continue to follow and listen to the show, whatever we're talking about. Hopefully you enjoy the topics. Stay tuned. Appreciate you guys' support.
Yeah, and as always, man, leave us a comment, subscribe, share. In the comments or in the reviews, also, you know, leave us some topics that you would like us to discuss. You know, we don't hold back, so if you want us to talk about something, be sure to leave it there. So, as always,
Team X Dog Strong.